Welcome on back. It is now 6:44 in your Capitol Watch this morning. President Donald Trump met with the Israeli Prime Minister yesterday to discuss ways to push the peace plan along. So let's go live to Scripps News Group Stephanie Liebergen for a recap of what the two leaders discussed and the president's warning to Iran. Good morning.
Hey, Tony, good morning. Well, President Trump said that he wants to move on to phase 2 of this ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas as quickly as he can. But Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu isn't necessarily on the same page about that just yet. Netanyahu specifically says he doesn't want to move to phase 2 until the remains of the last Israeli hostage have been returned to Israel and to his family. The return of the hostages is something that has gone much slower than anticipated and was a critical part of phase 1 of the ceasefire deal. But there's a couple other things that are slowing down movement to phase 2 as well. Israel is in the process of vetting and approving members for Gaza's new non-political governing body, but that approval process is taking longer. And Israel is continuing to launch some strikes into Gaza, even though phase 1 of the ceasefire is still in effect. So all of those things combined are really kind of delaying movement to phase 2, as well as the fact that phase 2 includes a lot of complicated issues. It includes the creation of a number of bodies, that a non-political governing body for Gaza, as well as a couple international bodies, a board of peace and a stabilization force that will include military from other countries in the region to support the calm and the peace between Gaza and between Hamas and Israel. So there's a lot of different pieces there, Tony, that are really kind of delaying things. Then another concern that Israel and Netanyahu have is a nuclear Iran. That's something that the president also addressed yesterday. And after the bunker busting bombs that were dropped on nuclear sites in Iran in June over the summer, the president saying that if Iran is trying to rebuild that nuclear program, he is threatening to again take action against Iran to make sure that they do not do that and that their nuclear program does not advance, Tony.